Question time. Big up Sooty for this one. Loyal viewer. She's been there since the beginning. Big up the #1 Coldplay fan out there as well, wherever you may be. She's asked she asked a couple of things. I think it boils down to a little bit. Forgive me, Sooty, if I'm wrong, but a sort of like temptation. How do I stay away from certain things? She's talking that she asked about substances. Situations in general, alleviating the boredom, because that's a big thing in jail. People do things. I used to do things anyway. I can only talk about my own experience, really, can't I? It's all good saying people do things, but I do things. For a lot of boredom in prison. Bird killer. Say it all the time. Bird killer. So, did I say that in the prison slang the other day? Bird killer. Makes time go quick. Anything that makes time go quick in jail is a bird killer. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about domestics. You know what I mean? Yeah, bird killer, man. Makes time fly. Makes time go quicker. Taking gear, like spice or weed or subby or tramadol or pre-gabs. Gab is yeah, it's a bird killer. And it's a process of getting it as well, isn't it? The process of, for me, it was a process all like the build up of running about. Because I would always get a job in prison myself, in order so I could run around the wing or the prison and get to do what I want to do. Yeah, it was never because I wanted to clean up number twos, or you know what I mean, sweep the landings. It was never nothing to do with that. I wanted to be able to get what I wanted and get to there. You know what I mean? Get to a sort of a trusted position. Proper sneak, mate. There's no doubt about it. Just transferred my sneakiness from road to jail. You know, get a good job. And the thing is, yeah, I never. Just getting off the subject quickly. I never understood why you want to bring it on top of you. I know, like, why people want to make life difficult for themselves in there. Why do you want to make life difficult for yourself? I've never understood that. But like myself, I'd always get a good job, a job that would like sort of like, you know, you might even have to work hard. It might be one of them jobs that you sort of in front of the screw. you can't you know what I mean. You've got to work hard if everyone's looking at you, but you still get to go here and there and get to do your own thing. It's like keep your nut down, and you can get through. And if you keep your nut down, jail gets pretty easy. Don't go there, like, and who wants to live by keeping their nut down? But you know what I mean. If you keep your nut down, just yes sir, no sir, please and thank you to everyone on the wing. Jail gets pretty easy, and you don't want to be on. Why do you want to bring it on top for yourself? Like, I've got pals that have just lived on basic forever, and just everything they did was on top. You know what I mean? There'd be a kick-off at like 10 o'clock at night. Someone would be getting twisted up. You know it's your pal. You think, oh, here he goes, arguing with his bird again, like proper loud, like he's indoors. Like, who you here? Like, crash. Oh yeah, that'll be matey again. Right, temptation. How do I avoid slipping into old ways? Do you know what? It's easy, really. I mean, the longer time goes on, the longer time has gone on, the easier it's got to say no to anything that just step away from everything that I was getting involved in before. I mean, I'll talk about from the last sentence onwards, like getting out. Yeah, I got a 28-day recall. My last one, actually, it was nothing. Went away for 28 days. I think I was doing a 5.5. Well, I did 2.5 years behind the door. I had 2 different sentences. It was like it equaled like 6 or something, but really it was like 5.5 because they were overlapping. They weren't concurrent, like both at the same time. They were like overlapping a little bit. So it took me to, so I spent like 2.5 years in prison, got out, thought I'm not going probation. I'm not, just not making excuses. I thought I wrote to you while I was in prison for 2.5 years. You've literally not wrote to me at all, and now you expect me to go and see you on my first day out. I didn't even go and see him the first day out. I was like, see you later, and I just didn't go. Wasn't It's not like I was at, I wasn't even trying to hide. I wasn't even trying to hide. It was like a stupid statement I was trying to make. Just walking down, just living as if I weren't knocking probation. And walking down the street one day, got pulled. Hello, Carl. See you later, Carl. 28 days. 28-day recall. I mean, really, if you haven't committed another offence, I know you can get a full recall, but it's like that. If you just get pulled up for down the street for not turning up to probation, and you haven't committed a crime, probably only going to get 28 days. I've got 28 days. I've got out. I didn't change straight away. What I can swear down was, like, listen, I've spent the last God knows how many videos there talking about how, like, I was a thief. Right, I was a petty thief at best, mate. If I weren't like big in the game at nothing, I was going out there creeping, sneaking, kicking doors off, sliding doors, doing all sorts of craziness, yeah, all sorts of scumminess, scumbag behaviour, yeah. But I weren't involved in none of that. I weren't involved in anything like that once I got out from that 28 days. I'm not all that on the head. Well, I wasn't doing anything like that, okay? Let's just put it that way. Just get off my case about it. So I'd evolved in that sense, that I'd stopped, thinking hands open doors, legs break them down. I'd got over that, yeah. I'd moved on. And it's hard, mate. This is hard. I'm like, because I haven't been nicked either, so obviously I haven't been doing nothing either. Like, so look, I moved away from the manor. I grew up in Essex. I moved away. Just grew up, just matured, Does a family come into it? Who knows? Maybe. And then you start thinking, well, what am I wasting my time for? In and out, in and out, in and out, and it is a waste. It's a waste of life, man. It's not even a life. It's not even a life. Is it in existence? You're sort of just bobbing along existing, aren't you? But other than that, how do I alleviate the boredom now? I've got a bong. I'll never give up the bong, ever. But even that, I just don't want to. Even if I go, look, I'm going away for the weekend in a minute, yeah, for a long weekend, yeah. I don't even particularly drink anymore. It's just, do you know when you just move on from things? This is like, I want to say there was some big thing, but it's just like a gradual, slow process of liking a bong more than anything. Look, I've done loads of stuff in my life, yeah, good and bad. Yeah, I've been in nicks up and down the country. I've stayed in hotels up and down the country. I've woke up in Ilford and gone to bed in Manchester. You know what I mean? I've done crazy stuff. I've done craziness, and I've been involved in all sorts, good and bad, like I said. So, and I'm not even 40. I'm 38. So I'm sort of just enjoying being boring at the minute. Other people might do their head in being boring, but I'm thinking, nah, mate. What? I'm not out raving. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I don't want to go out. I want to watch Shudder. I want to watch Netflix. I don't even want to watch Netflix and chill. I just want to watch Netflix. Take up all the settee to myself, mate. I don't want to chill with anyone. Yeah, I mean, I still have a drink, right? I certainly asked about drinking as well, because I have said, like, I used to binge on everything more than anything. I never used to do nothing consistently forever. I used to just binge on everything for like months, and then I wouldn't do it again. But it was, which I think's worse. Like, you know what I mean? I was pushing 20 stone, just beer belly coming out my eyeballs. I was a statement, but and it all comes from all that is. Do you know what I mean? Like, you are what you eat, and you know what I mean. Those are true sayings, yeah. If you put your shit in your mouth, you know what you're pumping out, you know. But and that all stems from, look, I never really thought about it. I never walked around like thinking like I was depressed and I hated myself. But I kind of had no self-respect. I kind of I didn't like what I was doing. I didn't like the life I was living. No way. I know that for a fact, because especially the last what, it's easy to say, oh, what, the last 3 or 4 sentences and you didn't change, but trust me, I did not want to be doing what I was doing. But it's just like, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. I felt like I couldn't get off anyway. I've gone on about that, but yes, I did want. So it's been a slow process over years of years. Even when I was involved in stuff, and I think everyone's like that. Who wants to spend their life in and out of nick? Who wants to do it? But I think in my personal opinion, and I think a lot of people think they're stuck on that cycle and they can't get off. You know, you've just done 10 years. Here's 48 quid. Well, that wasn't a lot of money 10 years ago. It's even less now. Don't feel sorry for the prisoners, please. It's getting into, oh. I'm not saying feel sorry for the prisoners. I really ain't. I'm just saying the reality of it. You know what I mean? If you get out of prison after years and years and years and you've got 48 quid to your name, what are you going to do? Sleep on a park bench? Come on. That 48 quid's gone before you've even got to probation. You bought a couple of beers, you bought some cigarettes, you bought Rizzler. Yeah, you've gone and had something to eat. 48 quid. 48 quid. I think moving away must have helped as well, yeah, because I live in Gateshead, mate. Who's going to phone me up and go, oh, do you want to just quickly pop here and do this? I live in Gateshead, man. That's helped. Doing this helps. Doing this helps. Doing this helps. I mean, this isn't like, I say ego's bad and all that, but you're doing this. I'm getting things off my chest. People are listening to it well. People are listening to it, which makes you feel good, makes you feel better about yourself. Yeah, being in Gateshead, country life. Is there a family? Who knows? But you know what I mean? Country life, that makes you feel better. Listen, when I'm not out there acting like a scumbag, guess what? I don't feel like a scumbag. It's mental, isn't it? And I think that would apply to a lot of people. I'm not saying how easy it is to stop doing things, and not calling people. I'm not throwing out scumbag and just saying, oh, if you're starving and you've nicked something because you literally got to eat, or you literally feel like you've got to have a fix because you're going to die. I've never been in that position, but I've been sitting next to people like in that situation. I've been with people in that situation. I'm not calling you a scumbag, like anyone a scumbag for going out and doing that. But it's true though, isn't it? If you're not committing crime, then you're not going to feel like scummer. I'm talking about myself, and obviously I keep saying you or them or other people. I'm talking about myself. If I ain't out there doing things that I didn't want to do in the first place, and I did when I was a kid. Honestly, I did when I was a kid. I was a stupid idiot kid that thought I was going to be a millionaire tea leaf, like thief. Thought I was going to run up in bookies forever and. I'd definitely, mate, I'd have been doing an IPP for doing an robbery on a offie or something ridiculous. it's easy to saying it, but if you really want to step away from it, and you're not going to do it until you want to do it either. Nobody's going to do it until they want to do it. A couple of geezers used to say to me, like older fellas used to say to me when I was in jail, you're not going to stop, like, they're talking like from their own experience. Saying that, did they really stop? They're in jail. Like, I'm talking like old men that I met in jail. But they go, you're not going to calm down until you meet someone. And then you start thinking, well, what am I doing in here with all these geezers? It's sort of true, isn't it? You know what I mean? If you've got things happening on road, why do you want to put it all at risk for what? For what? For muckiness, for stupidness, for money that ain't gonna make you rich. Listen, if I get a lot of money, I'm gonna spend a lot of money. It's as simple as that. I'm not saying don't have money. Money's bad. Money's freedom, mate. Like, real money in your hand is freedom. But like, for me personally, if I've got it, it's gone. So, and then that bit of money that I had that might have been half decent when I had it in my hand. Now I'm nicked and I'm doing 2.5 years. That money doesn't equate to minimum wage for those 2.5 years. You know what I mean? There's people in fast food restaurants that are chucking their chips at me and laughing. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. When you think about it like that. Oh, the money I've had, yeah. Seen loads of money. Seen it. I'd rather had a consistent amount of work. Trust me, you'll get to a certain age and you think, oh mate, I've messed it up here. Now I've got to do like crappy jobs that I don't want to do. No, I really ain't got no choice. But there's always a choice, but your options shrink when you're going in and out of jail. Thinking gonna be the next public enemy #1. It's ridiculous, mate. But how'd you get over temptation, man? Start feeling better about yourself. That's easier said than done, isn't it? Yeah, but there's little things you do. Start working out, start eating better. Just start doing better things all round for yourself. And you start feeling better when you start feeling better about yourself. Trust me, you don't want to go out and put yourself at risk. You don't mind doing it when you don't care about yourself, but when you start caring about yourself, you don't want to start doing it, because then it is a waste. Because then you start thinking, well, hold on a minute, I actually like my life here. But anyway, I am starting to waffle now. If you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe. Why do I keep looking over there? It's a habit. Every video I'm looking over there. I should be looking there. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe and we'll chat later. Adios.